a bit of a interesting story here. I'm not sure what to think about this one, honestly. I've been wrestling with my feelings on this one. What few feelings I do have, because I have this heart of stone and I don't care about anything. But here we go. This is from the Toronto Sun. 2 homeless men allegedly broke into a home, cooked dinner. Santa Monica, California. 2 homeless men have been charged with burglary after a California man said he came home to find them cooking dinner. Robbie Spillman tells KNBC TV he returned from Christmas shopping last Friday, to find the men in his Santa Monica apartment. Spillman says the men, who stank and wore filthy, ripped clothing, told him they hadn't expected him home so early and asked if they could hang out for a while. Spillman said that he played along, asked if they had enough food, then pretended to take his French bulldog for a walk, and then called 911. 19-year-old Marcus White, 19 years old, a 19-year-old homeless person, and 29-year-old Elijah Smart were arrested. It's unclear whether they have a lawyer. Meanwhile, Spillman and his pregnant girlfriend plan to find a new home. You know, part of me is, okay, there's a big part of me that's like, okay, yeah, you come home, people have broken in to your house, they're still there. Of course you call the police. Of course you call the police. That's breaking the law. Of course you call the police. Another part of me, though, is saying, dude, they're just hungry. I mean, this is apparently a 19-year-old homeless person. And the things they could have done. They could have broke in, they could have robbed the place blind and left. They could have hurt this guy when he came home, but they didn't. They're like, hey, we're just hungry. We just wanted to cook a meal and eat food. You know, part of me just wants to say, dude, give him a break. Give him a break. I don't know. If that happened to me, I honestly don't know what I'd do. I know that at least part of me would be thinking, you know, just give them some food. Just cook them a meal and give them some food and talk to them a little bit and then send them on their way and say, look, don't do this again or I will call the police on you. That you get a freebie. This is your free one. But 100% of me is definitely behind the idea that this should not have to happen. I mean, not in the United States. This is the richest country in the world. And we've got people having to break into other people's houses just so they can get food, so they can find some food. That shouldn't be happening here. There should be no case in which a homeless person can't get some kind of food from some kind of government program somewhere. They shouldn't be having to break into people's houses or go diving into dumpsters to get some rotten, maggot-filled rat carcass to eat. That shouldn't happen. Not in the United States. And I think right now, you know, there are a lot of people that are, it pisses me off the things that people are concerned about right now, that they're making a big deal about. You know, I hear over and over again, oh, big right-wing Nazis are a big problem. No, they're really not. Nazis are not a big problem in this country. I mean, let's go back and look and see how many people Nazis killed over the last 10 years in this country. It's probably going to be in the single digits, okay? It's not going to be very big. Now, I need to check on that. I will do that, but I know it's not going to be nearly as big a number as homeless people who've starved to death. I think that we're focusing on issues in this country that allow us to virtue signal. It allows us to say, hey, I'm a good person because I think this is an issue. And only good people think that's an issue. But we're not actually talking about the issues that really need to be solved. And I'm seeing that all over the place right now. And that stings a bit to see people, you know, I mean, focused more on things like, you know, whether or not their child should be raised with a gender or not so that it can decide later and the rights of the, you know, crap like that, as opposed to, you know, let's talk about, you know, the number of homeless people in the United States. How can we fix it? How can we solve that? Our country is getting more and more polluted all the time. I mean, the world's falling apart. We've got environmental crisis coming down on our head, And we're talking about this corny little horse shit that can wait. It can wait until later. We need to talk about and deal with much bigger issues, I believe, in our speech, in what we choose to put out. I mean, we need to start sitting down and thinking, okay, this thing that I think is ultimately fucking important is more important than my nipples and balls together. It's really, really fucking important. I think we need to sit down and go, okay, how important really is this on a global scale? You know, on a large scale, how many people is this actually harming? How many people is this actually killing? And if it's not that many, then get rid of it. Just put that off till later. Put a pin in it. Stick it right on the wall and try and focus on things that are more important.